Hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. Say hi if you come on. Say hi. Comment hashtag replay if you watch the replay so I can see how many people watch it after I post. All right? Now, I'm sorry. Ugh, I'm doing the best. I didn't set it on the table today. There we go. For YouTube, that's almost good. Okay. See, where are my bowls? All righty. Let me. I'm going to try something. Give me a second, guys. We are making meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Okay? Meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Hold on, guys. We're going to try something to see if it helps with the angling. Okay? Okay. Did that make it too high? For the bowls, yes. I need something to tilt that. I hope that will work. Okay. So we're making meatloaf and mashed potatoes. A new recipe. I usually use the onion Lipton soup mix. Just that and breadcrumbs and stuff. But this time it's going to be stovetop stuffing. It's still going to be, well, I didn't use the onion Lipton. The onion. Well, kind of. I got the beefy onion. Okay? Beefy onion. Hold on. I got stovetop stuffing. I got the cornbread one. Okay, I got the cornbread one. And I got beef gravy. Beef gravy. So I got the beefy onion. You could just get the regular onion. And cornbread stovetop stuffing. Okay. We got to use 3 bowls. And we got to use a bundt pan. Luckily, I have a bundt pan. I bought it to make some kind of lasagna thing in there, but that didn't come out. Well, the taste did. It just come out. It was hard to. But, okay, bundt pan. All right. So let's see what we got to do first. It says 1.5. I'll read the ingredients. And they do have it where you can double it. But it's 1 package of stovetop stuffing, any flavor, 1 cup of hot water, 2 packets of brown gravy divided, 1.5 pounds of ground beef, but I got 2 pounds, 1 cup of cold water, 2 large beaten eggs. Okay, so let me get the, nope, that's in the back there. Chicken. Let me see. That's pork. Where's all my brown gravy? Maybe it was in front. Oh, here it is. All right. I got the brown gravy. Okay, what else do I need? Oh, I need 2 large eggs. Let me get them out. Okay. So I got my 2 large eggs. Okay, guys? All right, let's see the first thing. It says in a medium bowl, add stuffing and mix 1 cup of hot water and let set for 5 minutes. Okay? So I'm going to use, I guess, a big spoon so I can mix it up. Medium-sized bowl. Let's see. That's the big bowl over there. This is even smaller. We're going to go with this one. This looks like the smallest one. It says medium-sized, but it's only 1 box of stuffing. It doesn't do a lot. All right. So I got to get to where. All right, let me bring trash can over here so I can put my stuff in there. Let me get a knife. Because some came off, but it didn't come off enough to open it. So, okay. 1 cup of cold water. No. 1 cup of hot water. And this water is really hot, guys. I'm sorry I'm so close. I didn't set it up on the table today. Okay. So I'm just going to lay this in the sink. All right, let me mix it up. Looks like a lot of extra water, but then it soaks up into the stovetop. Y'all know that. Okay, because it said after the stovetop has sat for 5 minutes, and I was like, 5 minutes? I was like, I didn't see where it said mix it. And then I had missed step 1. I didn't realize. That's why. Okay. You can see it's already soaking in. Okay. All right, let's time it for 5 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes. Now we are going to switch and put this in the back and put this in the front. Okay? Let me just lay this right here on the plate. All right, step 2. We are on step 2. Okay? Let me see if I bring it any down anymore, you won't see the bowls. So let me try to get over here some more so you can see me, okay? All right, good. Anybody coming on? Nope, nobody. Oh, I didn't do mine. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I didn't have it on the chat thing. Okay. All right, let's post that. All right, let me do it for you guys. I forgot to post the Cash App. All right, the star comment is on the bottom pinned, but I'm going to pin the Cash App, so it will still be in the comments at the top, and you can read about it if you want to. Okay? Okay, there we go. Here's the Amazon wish list, if you guys want to see it. Okay, I just want y'all to see the bowls. There you go. Let me try to stand over here. All right, step 2 says, in a separate bowl, mix 1 package of brown gravy mixed with cold water, combined ground beef, and combine ground beef, mixed gravy, and 1 egg. So I want you to pour the mixed gravy in there. I'm just combining it in this bowl. No. It's the big bowl we need, I think. Oh, that's why it said 3 bowls, probably. Because you're going to mix the gravy in one, but yeah. Hold on 1 second. My son is calling. Yes?
Bro, I go all the way up here. She's like, your protein's supposed to be between 6 and 9. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, yours is at 9.1. You can't donate today. I said 0.1 over. You gotta be fucking kidding me. 0.1
didn't I tell you that could happen? Oh my gosh.
0.1. What are they so worried about?
But let me tell you this: when you go there, you should drink a lot of water. Don't really. Well, they say to eat, but every time I ate something, mine would be over. And when I didn't eat, it would be fine. So go in the morning or something. But anyways, let me call you back. I'm on this live.
Oh, my bad. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Babe. They turned him down because his said, look, babe. Babe. Sleepyhead. Well, I was going to tell my husband something, but he's sleeping. Okay, guys. So, wait a minute. It's saying packets of gravy. Okay, so I thought you were supposed to bake it with the. Well, I read something that said this. So I don't need those 2 packets if I use this. I could just use half of it. Wait, let's see. All right, that's done for the stovetop stuffing. Let's see. Oh, let's look at this. How many cups? 6 servings, 1/4 cup. So that's 4 of 1/4 is 1 cup, and then 6 servings is, then 2 more is half. So it's only 1.5. So what I'll do is I'll save this to use to serve with the meatloaf, and I'll just make 1 packet to mix in with the stuff. The second packet was to mix in later or use as a gravy. So I'll put 1 back and I'll just use 1. So it wants me to mix the gravy with the water and pour it in here, put it in here, and then all the other stuff like the second one, it says put the ground beef in here, and then it says mixed gravy, so it will come from another bowl to pour in there, and eggs. So I am not going to do that. I'll mix everything, but I'm going to put the gravy in this bowl and just put the ground beef on top. Let me get a. I'm just going to whisk it, mix it, and then put the ground beef on top. I ain't got time for a third bowl. And while it's cooking, I will put that other bowl away. Okay, so it said 1 cup of cold water. Okay, I put the 1 cup of cold water. Let's mix up all that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bundt pan, spray it, and put it right next to me, because once I mix this, what's step number 3? Wait, while the stuffing was sitting, I was supposed to do number 2. In a separate bowl, mix 1 packet of brown gravy with cold water, combine ground beef, mixed gravy, and eggs. It says egg, but there's 2 eggs. And then number 3 is after the stuffing has sat for 5 minutes and cooled, incorporate the stuffing into the ground beef mixture. It cools quick because it's just one cup. Okay. Grease the bottom of a bundt pan with nonstick spray and then press the ground beef into it. Bake at 350 for 45 to 55 minutes or until no longer pink inside. So what I'm going to do is start this heating. Let me find my bundt pan. Give me 1 second, guys. I think it's down here. I thought it was a regular red pan thing, but no. Lucky I have this. I bought it for something, but I never used it until recently in the other house when I had my son there, and we made that meatloaf thing. I mean, I've had this for. Sorry, guys. You know how sometimes when something's been sitting for a while, or sitting under the sink or in a cabinet, it gets all dusty and sometimes dirty. So I was just taking our hot water. Now, if you put it at the hottest, it's too hot for even your hands. I don't know why they got it so hot, but it's okay because we can turn it down to the middle and it'll still be hot, but not too hot for our hands. Okay, trying to get all this dried up. Okay, see my bundt pan. Okay, this might be cool, so let's see. Okay, that's the gravy's mixed, so dropping my paper towels. Okay, now I just want to move this pan so I can put the bundt pan right here. So this bowl gonna have to just go over here for a minute because it's in my way. Oh no, I'll just put I'll put it right here. Okay. Wait a minute. It says combine beef, mixed gravy, and egg. And then incorporate the stuffing in there. But it says nothing about the beefy onion. Where the heck did I get this recipe? Shoot. Wait a minute, guys. I'm going to look at the video because somehow I'm having a problem here. I don't know how I got to Pinterest with that recipe. No, not back there. All right, 1 second, guys. And I didn't even put, I usually put, dinner tonight, so it'll come up at the top. I don't know what happened. Nope.
I can't find your name or any other family in the U.S. where you were sorry. Oh, no,
No.
Here it is, but
it's okay. I don't want to live with someone else. I
Okay, let me hear the video. Okay, give me a second, guys. Sorry, guys, it went to some dumb advertisement. You know those ads. Okay, the ads are done. That's all it showed? Water, stir that, let it sit. Water, stir that. Ground beef, eggs. Okay, guys, it was totally different. It was totally different. It's not doing right. How did I get to this? Oh, down here. I saw. Okay, I see. Okay. And it's 6 servings, and it cooks us 45 to 55 minutes. It said so. Total time says 55, but it could be 55 to an hour. Okay, so we're just gonna follow this. But it said, I remember it said this. I'm gonna add this anyways, 1 packet, so it can taste good. Okay. There's only, it doesn't say what, oh. I was gonna put this packet in my bin that has other packets, but it don't tell me what kind it is on the packet, and I don't want to be like, which one did I buy? I'll forget. Okay, sorry guys. So what I'm going to do is, it showed in the video them pouring over the gravy over the ground beef, and it still ended all up at the bottom, so that's why I didn't. Okay. All right, so let's. Oh, I forgot to spray the pan because I want to put it right in because I'm not going to wash my hands until after I get it in here. So, and do you know some people put cheese in that mixture, a little bit of cheese, and then, like if you're using a loaf pan, you could put half it, the ground beef in there, stick some cheese, and put the other half on top. You could do it that way as well. So it's up to you. I think I did it once or something. Okay, I'm going to go ahead when I put it in. I'm going to start cutting the potatoes right away and get it going. And I'm just going to put y'all, I'm going to, instead of you sitting here an hour talking to me, because we've already been on here 23 minutes. So I'm just going to, wait, anybody on here? Hi, Doreen Carpenter. Now, since you're the only one on here so far, would you rather have me get off for the 45 to 55 minutes while the meatloaf cooks and come back for a part 2 when it's done? Or would you rather me stay on here for almost another hour while the meatloaf cooks? Let me know because you're the only one on here so far. So it's you let me know because we already been here almost 25 minutes. So it will be almost an hour and a half. Well, you haven't been on here the whole 20 some minutes, but just let me know. Okay? Just let me know. What do you think? Hey, Doreen. How are you doing? Just let me know. Do you think I should stay on here the whole hour? Or, 45 to 55 minutes while the meatloaf cooks? Because probably when it comes out, oh, let me get it in here. Probably when the meatloaf comes out, I think it'll say that. Where's my phone? Right here. Oh, it went away. But I probably will say, let's set for 10 minutes. So that'll be another 10 minutes. But the whole time I'll be doing the potatoes, but then I have to show you what it looks. So just let me know. Huh? I can? Do I just tap the screen and it pauses? How do I pause it? Let me know how I pause it. I don't know how to pause it. I've never done that. Wowie wows. Okay. No. Okay, so I got it here. It says once baked, let rest for 5 minutes while preparing second pack of gravy and invert onto a plate. And serve with mashed potatoes in the middle. I'm not going to make the second pack because I'm just going to use this. Let's see something. If I need a pack, I'll make it. Okay. All right. So we're on number 3. No, number 2. Well, we did number 3. The stuffing has sat for 5 minutes. All right. So I got the ground beef, the gravy mix, cold water. I mixed it in here. So it says ground beef, gravy mix, and eggs. And it says 2 eggs, right? Because it said egg. It doesn't say. Okay. Yes, it does. So we're good. It says 2 large eggs beaten. Ugh. Gotta waste another thing. Now I'm going to just use the measuring cup. Oops. I hit it too hard. All right. Let me get a paper towel. Wipe my hands. Okay. I use this for the gravy, so it's been rinsed. I'll just use it for the eggs. Beat them eggs. Well, if I don't know how, I might have to do a part 2 and then figure it out before that happens next time. I wonder how long you can pause it for. Like if I could do a live in the morning when I'm doing my crock pot meal, pause it and come back. I don't know. But is it when they're... I don't know. All right, that beef was just... My oven has preheated to what it was supposed to, okay? Got that. Let me pour the eggs in. Woo. Okay. So why does it keep doing that? It's making me mad. No, back. I'm trying. It keeps disappearing. Okay. So it says, separate bowl, mix 1 package of brown gravy with cold water, combine ground beef, mixed gravy, and egg. All right, I did that. So I'm going to mix it with my hand, and then after that, I will incorporate the stuffing into the ground beef. And then, that's number 3. It wants it to sit for 5 minutes. It already did, but I'm going to mix it into the ground beef. And then after that, it says grease bunt pan with a nonstick spray, and then press the ground beef into the mixture. So I'm going to do that. So once I mix it, I'll move this right here and bring the bunt pan over here. But I don't really want to touch the bunt. Well, because once I mix it in there, I'm going to quickly wash my hands. Because I don't want to touch. All right, this one's not that hot. So I'll put it against. So here I go. And then I don't mind touching the other bowl with this stovetop in there, because once I pour it in here, that bowl's going in the sink, so it don't matter. It's got a lot of liquid, so we hope it's good. Okay, let's get this. All right, now add it to the green beef. Grease the bunt pan, which I've already did, and press this stuff around it. Okay. Well, it's not as much liquid, but it's still more, I don't know, than my other regular meatloaf. It's more squishy because it doesn't have as much liquid, the other one. Okay. Trying not to touch this. I didn't want to touch. Okay. So I'm going to have to get a knife out because I can't get this Lipton onion soup open. I'll put the knife in the sink since I already touched the handle with my ground beefy hands. Now, it doesn't call for the Lipton onion soup. I'm going to put it in there anyways. I thought it did. I wrote down every ingredient. It had the lip, and I saw a video where it showed the meatloaf putting about half a jar of gravy and then the other half on top before they cook. Something like that. I thought I'm going to have to find it. And I wrote Facebook Cooks. The group I'm in, Facebook Cooks. If you're not in it, you can join it. Just spell Facebook out and Cooks with an S. And you'll find it. And you can look up any recipe. See if it's in there. You can post any recipes you want. If you find one on Facebook, you can share it. If you want to look into Facebook Cooks to see if that recipe is there first before you post. Because if I ever see it, like when I was looking for the meatloaf, because I had several different meatloafs posted there, but I found a double recipe, so I deleted one. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, it went out. So here we go. I don't want to move from the bowl or it might fall. I pushed my pan back, but it's so big it didn't go. Just trying to get it in there for the. Then I'll just fix it up. I've got to go look at Walmart for we have these big red platters. They're big enough to fit like a ham or a turkey. Like after you cook it, you can put it on there to serve it. Or like when you cook a beef stew or something, I would put, well, you can leave it in the crock pot, but I would put the meat on there. Then I'd put some carrots, potatoes all around it, you know. But I had 2 of them. And they got left in storage when I left West Virginia, so they were really cheap. So I'm going to go check Walmart when my husband gets paid again, see if I can find them. That would be the great place to invert but hopefully the plate I have is big enough. I'm going to check the plate. If it fits over top of this, then it's good. But I did it again. I left my sheet pans in the oven so they're hot. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to have to wash my hands and get them out. And if it doesn't fit on the plate's not big enough, I'll just use my sheet pan. It should be wide enough. Long enough is plenty. But it says put mashed potatoes in the once you invert it, it wants you to put mashed potatoes in the middle. I will put some for the fanciness of it, but what I make is not going to all fit in there. I mean, I'm not making my whole 5-pound bag, but still. But we'll see. And I'll have to look. I think it wants you to use gravy and pour it over it. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But I'll just heat that and use it. If I need more, I'll make the packet, but in a small pan. But so putting that Lipton onion soup mix in there will kind of give it a flavor. My friend said, and that was you, Doreen. I was talking about the Lipton onion soup. Anyways, I might, because there's 2 packets per box, I might add the other pocket to my ground beef when I make Salisbury steak. That might be, no, not next week, maybe the week after, I think it is. Forgot, I have it on my paper. Okay, so that's all good. You have to have that enabled. Okay, I'll Google it or look back in my settings in Facebook, see if there's a way. I'll figure it out for next time. Yeah, I'll look it up either tonight, or if I'm too tired or too full from my food, I'll look it up tomorrow. But I'll look it up before my next. Yeah, it's only because I didn't know if you wanted. Do you mind staying on? Because we're already at probably 30 minutes or more. And I don't want to make y'all stay on for another 45 or 55 minutes. So I was going to end it, and this was going to, and I put the name of the recipe, but I'm going to go back and edit it and put meatloaf part 1. And then, so everybody can. So anybody that's watching this, I'm going to let you know when you're done watching this, if you can go over and find my timeline, you'll find, if you haven't seen it, there's a part 2. There will be a part 2. So if you're watching the replay, go look for the part 2. Okay, and on the part 2, I'm going to tell everybody, if you found this and you haven't found part 1, go back to find part 1 and watch that first. It shows how I made the meatloaf, how I put it together. Okay, I just was rinsing. Get that off. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I did rinse my hands, but I forgot to put soap on it. Especially with raw meat, I don't want to go. So let's get that done. Okay. Okay, I'm already hot. I gotta put the fan over here, but as soon as I get it in, I've got to start on my potatoes because they take forever to boil. Oh, and I gotta rinse that bowl too. Oh, let me get the gravy off of the stuff. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so that's done. Hi, me. How are you doing? I was making meatloaf for tonight, and it takes almost an hour, 45 to 55 minutes in the oven. This is what it looks like, guys. So there you go. Okay. And I'm going to put it in the oven. And then I'm going to start cutting up my potatoes and getting them going. But since it takes about 45, maybe even 55, somewhere between there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off of here. And this is going to be part 1. And then I'm going to come back. I told everybody it would probably be 4:15. But let me see. So it'll be 4:20, maybe 4:15, between 4:15 and 4:20. So if you'd like to watch this, watch out for this page around 4:15 or 4:20 Central Time. So if you're still on here, it would be 5:20, 5:15, 5:20 for you, the Eastern. And if you're in Mountain Time, it would be 4:20, the time it is now for me. And if you're in Pacific, 2 hours ahead now, it's 3:20, it's 2:20, so it would be 3:20 for you guys. Okay? Because I'm Central Time. Oops, somebody calling. Okay? So just about 4:15, 4:20, okay? Alrighty? So I'm gonna get off here. I'm not gonna do my ending because I'm coming back in in an hour or less. So I'm not doing my ending. But if you're on here and you can come back to watch this between, did I say 4:15 and 4:20? I meant for my time it'll be 5:15 or 5:20, and then I'm Central, so you go from there. If you'd like to come back, it'll be 6:15 or 6:20 for you guys. If you'd like to come back and watch me finish everything up. Okay? And hopefully you'll be able to come back, Doreen. But if you can't, that's okay. I'll be posting pictures of what it looks like. I might take a picture of it in the bundt pan and then take another picture once I finish the potatoes and they go in the middle and all that good stuff. And then, so if you can't come back, I'll definitely post some pictures. All right? And so hopefully you guys can come back. All right? All right, I love you guys. I'll be back about 5:15, 5:20 Central Time. All right? I love you guys. All right, I'll be back. See ya. Hold on. I'm trying something. Okay, well, I was looking for something, but I'll see you guys in a few. Bye. All right. So All right, babe. I'm tired. So, leave some of this. I'm going to bring the cutting board over here. No, if I do that, then I'd have to have a pan of water right here. To throw the potatoes in? Oh, shoot. So I don't want to stand up cutting these potatoes. I got to stand up at the end too. Oh, where am I going? Is this done? It's only a 79. You want it to keep going?
Never plugged it in.
Huh?
I didn't plug it in.
Oh, that's what I figured. You gotta hurry up now. I'm gonna make lemonade tonight. Nope, not this one. This one. See, some people may think it's weird why I don't wash my potatoes. And I always explain it. I've explained it. Because I put them in a pan of cold water, and when they're all done cut up, I swish them around. It cleans it off. Then I dump it in the sink, and I, put them under the water, and then I pick them up, rinse. I pick a handful up, rinse it under the cold water again, shake them like this, put them all back in the pan like that, and then fill it up again with clean water. And, I rinse the pan first, too, because the pan might have some of that, that stuff that you peel on the potatoes. So I rinse it, and that's how the potatoes get clean. So why am I going to rinse it before when I do all that? And it cleans it all. Yeah, Mariah's the only one that doesn't like skin. I told her one day when we were making loaded mashed potatoes. She said, "What are we having?" And I told her, and I said, she said, "Are you going to peel them?" I said, "No, I usually don't." I said, "If you want them peeled, you better come over here, like very soon, so you can peel them." She came over there and peeled them. She was serious. She was going to come eat. She was serious about it. I don't like the peel. Well, then you come over here and peel them, because I don't normally peel them. And that's my choice. And Alvin doesn't care either. He doesn't care if there's peels on there. I don't care. You don't care. Nobody cares except for Mariah. So if you're gonna come into my house, I guess you gotta peel them. I was dead serious. I hate. You know how bad I hate peeling potatoes? I do not like it. If I have to, I will, but I prefer to not. That's why I don't. I used to only get red potatoes for mashed potatoes because I didn't think you could use these skins and I didn't want to peel. But then red potatoes are more expensive, so then I realized I can use these. So it was like, I don't need these to take too long.
It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your one-day installation, and start loving your new bathroom shower right away.
Call or go online right now for a limited time offer. There are weeks left in waived installation and no interest and no payment for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathroommodel.com or call 800-993-0251. That's 800-993-0251. Call now. Celebrate your rejuvenation with the new Pepper Tail Powder by L'Oreal Paris. Now with luxurious oil and gel formula for high-impact shine and a color full of reflex that defies fading fresh and week. New Preference by L'Oreal Paris on With moderate to severe psoriasis, my skin was no longer mine. My active psoriatic arthritis surgeons held me back. Don't let symptoms define you.
Brownie, there's nothing in that trash can.
Most people saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months, and the majority stayed clearer at 5 years. Tremfya is proven to significantly reduce joint pain, stiffness, and swelling. It's just 6 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Emerge as you. Emerge Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
Just stay close to my doors. Stay away from the guy who did it. It's like people can say situations about my life. It's like it was done to have to kill him. No, you could. Go and see if anyone else is hiding back there and bring them up front right here. I know. Let's sit your ass down. He's done. Why him? Because if I had them on trial right now, for everyone's sake. Come on now. Run.
Work feedback. Work feedback. Work feedback. Work feedback. Work feedback. Work feedback.
What you doing, Brownie? My arms get tired, dude. What do you want, Brownie?
So I gotta let back to know nothing's changed. You have to be CPD or hospital. So what's it? Okay. What now?
My arm is hurting. See, my arm can't do much. When I do stuff like this, my arm starts hurting. For some reason, I don't know why this arm is hurting. I thought it would be this one because I'm doing all the cutting. Upper arm.
Please. Tell the cops. No one else. It's her name. You got any money on you? What? Dollar? Quarter? Anything? You're crazy. You just take this. Tired of calling me Chicago.
I remember that one.
You know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make a call. These who care too.
Hey, the meatloaf's gonna be way done before. Maybe I need to do this before I start the meatloaf. And leave them in the pan or some, I don't know, something.
I would say next time try this first, then start your meatloaf.
Huh?
I would say next time maybe do the potatoes first, then do your meatloaf.
Don't start cooking them because they'll get done too quick. But when the meatloaf goes in the oven, that way I'll have them already cut up and ready to go. But I have to put them in water or they'll start turning brown. That's what happened to potatoes, apples.
Go.
a bright blue. With the new cover hair color by L'Oreal Paris. Now with luxurious oil and gel formula, the impact shine. A color full of reflex that defies fading from new covers by L'Oreal Paris.
This country has never been so divided. Are you a licorice lover or hater? We at licorice.com have 50 plus gourmet flavors that you'll flip out over. Get some for yourself or a licorice lover in your life. Licorice lovers unite at licorice.com. Kidney disease. Easy way to establish kidney failure with Parsaid. It is very close as it meant to be. Parsaid can cause serious side effects including ketoacidosis, fatal dehydration, urinary tract or genital.
I don't know. I do one more. What do you think? This will be it. I hope this will be enough. Two more. Did you take a picture of it? Could you see him? Did it look like? No, I wanted enough for tomorrow. Not a whole lot like we usually have, but
Tons of benefits and you can still save versus the other guys. Check out the T-Mobile savings calculator to see how much you can save. And right now, you'll even pay off your phone when you switch.
Just about anything belongs in a burger, as long as it has certified 100% real natural cheese. Unlike pasteurized processed cheese food, which is only required to contain 51% cheese. That's why all these people only use this.
put these. Can you put them in the water?
What?
Potatoes.
You know?
Yeah.
Fine start. Now the police seem to relax out there for a bit. Let me think. Yeah, can you think? But why are you thinking? Consider releasing these women. I'll say it. Let me think, man.
Or there you go.
Hey, Zach. Sounds like easy laugh. Want to switch? We burnt through a town with 20 off like supposed to shoot up front. Yeah, remember like.
There's some more.
It needs a diversion in all ears at the front of the store.
Okay.
You found your son. You family from here? Got a couple sisters. Moved down to Florida. Said anything for January in Chicago. So you've been down there to see him?
think that'll make it? I'll go back again. All right. Twist this up. Here's the.
I'm not going a couple years in lockup. No chance. I don't know that much. No, you wouldn't. You don't know. We have a firefighter right now, Mason. Working for the CFD. Went to prison. But it took his life around. So the life he has now. 6 years. Boss is just too soft for things.
There's more. Okay. There we go. I know. All right. How am I going to do this? Shit. I need you.
What? What? What?
Hold on. Make sure that pan doesn't fall.
Hold on, Bun Bun. They take you in a minute.
Oops, YouTube. I'm sorry. Hi, Shannon. Oh, did you turn that down?
Turn down.
The TV? But Shannon asked me what we're watching.
Other Chicago.
Shannon, I just noticed the problem I did. You probably wonder where I've been, why I wasn't in front of the computer and stuff. Well, I made meatloaf. It's in the oven. It takes 45 to 55 minutes. So, I was going to turn you guys off, and that was going to be part one. Then when the meatloaf was done after 45 to 55 minutes, I was going to come back. Well, I did that for Facebook, and I forgot to turn off YouTube. Seriously, I totally forgot about it. Doing my potatoes now. Okay, got it in there. See, they're all clean now from the other water. But anyways, I forgot to turn the YouTube off, and I didn't even know I did. So as I was in here in the sink cleaning my potatoes and getting ready to put them here. Let me move this pan. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I guess right here. When I was I already cut my potatoes up. Well, I cut them up over there. I was sitting on the couch on my little table thing because I was tired. So I sat there and cut up potatoes. I don't know if you heard me talking, but so I did that, and I totally forgot that I didn't forget. I didn't even know my YouTube was on. I didn't know, but I forgot to turn it off. That's what I did forget. So I'm here cleaning my potatoes, picking them up, rinsing them one more time, shaking them, and putting them in the pot. And all of a sudden, my husband points to the computer to show me that it's never been turned off. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me! You really got to be kidding me!" So, would you? Oh, she don't hear. Brownie, she don't hear the TV. She was just curious. Chicago fire. Now that I did this mess up, I just put the potatoes on because I was going to put the potatoes on and let them cook while the meatloaf was going. But the meatloaf has 14 and a half minutes left. Unless they're not done. I got to check it because it could go up to 55. But that, the potatoes, I'm going to have to cut them up and put them in water before I put the meatloaf together and in the oven because it took too long to cook it. And the potato should already be boiling and cooking. But since I messed up, I've been on here 1 hour and 15 minutes. Since I messed up, do you want to stay on here until the potatoes are done? Or do you want me to turn it off and come back? Because the potatoes might take another 15 or 20 minutes. Well, depending how long they take to boil, because I've cut them real small. So they're going to cook quicker. And the meatloaf is going to come out in about 13 and a half minutes. So would you like to just stay on? Or would you like me to come back? Let me know. I don't mind staying on. You've been on. I know you stood there for about, you were there for about 15 minutes. I don't know how long you've been on before I came back, but were you curious where I was? Was you curious on where I was? Let me know. Were you curious why you couldn't see me or why I wasn't talking to the camera? Just let me know. I bet you were wondering, where is Liz? But if I'm sitting here, when I was sitting here cutting up potatoes, can you see me from here? Did you see me sitting here? I was just curious if you could see me sitting on that couch, because that's where I was sitting. So you saw me the whole time. And the only reason I wasn't talking to you was because I didn't even know my computer was on. I totally forgot to, end the live. And I was going to do a part 2, but I totally forgot. So I guess you stay on here because the meatloaf's coming out in 11 and a half minutes. Now, this is a new recipe. I've made the same recipe of meatloaf since my kids were little. I've never changed it up. But this recipe was something with, Lipton onion soup, the onion one, but I got the beefy onion. You can get the regular just as onion, or you can get the beefy onion. There's a couple of different ones you can pick from. But I swear, when I saw there must be two different stovetop recipes. It was actually called stovetop, the meatloaf. But the first time I saw a recipe, it did say Lipton onion soup and stuff, but this recipe did not. It was on Facebook Cooks because I looked up meatloaf. But I don't know. But what I had to do, I'll explain it to you real quick, Shannon. I had to take the stovetop, put it in a bowl, put 1 cup of hot water, very hot water, and let it set for 5 minutes. That's what you usually do for stovetop, so it can soak up all the water, and then you fluff it with a fork. But oh, cool. Nice. So while that was there, I had to do the rest. I had to take a packet of gravy, mix it with 1 cup of cold water and mix it. And then I put it in with the ground beef in a bowl. Because I just mixed it in the same bowl and then put the ground beef. And then put the 2 eggs. Well, I had to get I used my measuring cup since I was done measuring. I scrambled, I mixed up 2 eggs. Then I dumped it in with that. Let's see, was that it? Trying to think. It was very liquidy because of the 1 cup of gravy, but then I decided to put in 1 pack of this. Since some recipe I read, I know it said that, but I put it in anyways, and all those flavors that are in that packet, got into the meatloaf. And then it didn't say it in the directions, but it did show in the picture in the video, or the picture that I clicked on, it did show gravy all over the meatloaf and mashed potatoes. So I'm thinking, because they made, and then they said put it in a bundt pan that has been sprayed. So I put it in a bundt pan in a circle. Then when it's done cooking, I let it set for 5 minutes. Then I invert it on a plate. Then I put my mashed potatoes in the middle. They may not all fit, and then it didn't say this in the instructions. It didn't say anything. But then I can use, let me see. Where did I put it? This, which I'm going to warm up at the end. I can put it in, warm it up and then pour it over the meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Then I'm hoping there's enough left for tomorrow, so we can have at least 1 day leftovers, mashed potatoes and meatloaf. Then if we think we need more gravy, I have, the instructions also did say get a jar of beef gravy, but this recipe did not. It said mix with packet powders. So, and it said the second pack, you make it, warm it up in the pan. But I have a lot of packets: chicken, beef, pork. When I'm done with all those, when I finally use them all, I'm going to start buying these. Or the ones that are they're in containers like beef or chicken, what do you call it? Beef or chicken broth? Those little boxes, the bigger ones are in those little boxes. That's what they have, a little box for the little gravies. You just open the lid and pour it. It makes about 2 cups, the same as powdered mix, and almost the same as this. This is a 1.5 cups. So you can just pour them in a container, throw it in the microwave, and heat it up for like 2 minutes. Then you have hot gravy. Getting a small pan out, pouring the mix in there, putting the cup of water, 1 cup of water per packet, pouring it in there, and usually only use 1 packet, unless we need a lot of. 1 packet makes about 2 cups, but stir it up, and then they want you to almost constantly, if you stop for a second, it ain't going to hurt, but constantly stir it until it boils. And once it boils, keep stirring it, and let it boil for 1 minute, and then turn it off. But I don't like going through all that. Plus, I was over there cutting my potatoes, and up here was hurting. This is my right arm. I was cutting with, no, this is my left arm. I was cutting with my right arm. So I don't know why. Because every time I'd cut like 1 or 2 potatoes, I'd pick them up and toss them in the pan with the cold water. That helps them not get brown. And it also cleans off the potatoes because I don't peel them. So it helps get all that yucky stuff off the potato. And then I take it and I put my hands in there when I'm done. And I just move them all around, swirl them around like this with my hand on top, and just move them around so all the stuff gets off. Then I come into the sink. My sink is always clean. I dump the pan upside down. Hold on, I just saw something. My sink. You dump them all in the sink. Now, if you have a garbage disposal, please put one of these in so your potatoes don't fall down there. I don't have a garbage disposal, but I didn't want them to go down in the thing. So I put it in there. So, and then just rinse out the pan, because the pan will have that stuff all around it. Sorry, somebody. And all the stuff from the potatoes that'll be in the pan. So rinse the pan, and then grab a handful of potatoes like this, rinse them under the water, and just go like this, a little shake, and then throw them in the pan until you're done, and then fill it up with water. I don't put the water in first because when you add potatoes to water, it rises. So put the potatoes in first, give them one last rinse, and put them in the pan, and then fill it up with water. Put a little salt in the water, and then just turn it on high and let it boil. When it boils, you can turn it down to 9 or 8 medium high, but I'd leave it on 9 or something. But I saw, because I put the lid on it. You're supposed to cover it, but the water always overboils. It's not actually the water. When you make potatoes, it bubbles up this white foam looking stuff. It's from the starchy potatoes, but it foams up, and that always. I saw something that said take a piece of ice, put it in there, and it'll go down. Usually, if I take the lid off, it goes down. Then I got to put the lid back on. And did you let her play with the ball? No, that was too fast. Don't give me that one.
Yeah.
How's she play?
But there's too many people out there too.
She took her ball outside. I was going to go with him, but when I was thinking about the time earlier, I was like, I'm going to go live at 3:30 so I can make the meatloaf. And then I've got to cut the potatoes right away so I can have them, and so. But next time, I'm going to cut the potatoes up and put them in the pan of water before I start the meatloaf. And then once the meatloaf's in the oven, I could, usually my loaf pans take about an hour. This one said 45 to 55 minutes. But if I had it all done, then I'd probably start the potatoes when there's 30 minutes left of the meatloaf. Because I don't think it'll hurt them to sit in that water. Okay, put all this back. I took it out because I needed the sink to dump the potatoes in. Just before you dump potatoes in your sink, just make sure your sink is clean. If you haven't cleaned it recently, I would get a sponge, the way you wash dishes with, put soap on it and squish it and just rub all around your sink, and then take a rag or whatever. If you have a sprayer, use your sprayer. Rinse all the soap out, make sure it's all clean, then go ahead. Mine was clean. I like to clean it after washing dishes every night. I mean, I don't wash it out with soap and water every time I wash dishes, but at night I do, definitely at night. It's got small bubbles popping, but I got to put the lid on anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it. Now, when I go back on Facebook, they probably wouldn't even know I was on the whole time on YouTube. Oh, okay. Yeah. But watching TV when it's that low, I really can't. And I'm trying to read the words on the TV, but I can't read the words on the TV because I need to pay attention to what I was cutting because I had a big knife. So. I know. When do you get the shot? And what do you mean, what kind of sauce? Once the potatoes start boiling, I'll probably put a time. I never put a timer on for potatoes, but since I'm rushing, we'll put it on for 15 minutes. Oh no, I don't need that right now. Let's see. When you say what type of sauce is it, the sauce for what? Because in the meatloaf, I didn't have any sauce. I just had this, the jar of beef gravy. All right, so let's get this meatloaf off. The timer went off for that. Ooh, it looks good. Now let me see. Trying to remember the temperature for gravy for beef, so I can make sure it's done well enough. Because it was on for 45 minutes and it says 45 to 55. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is just the gravy for afterwards. I know beef is one something. I don't think it's as high as chicken. Chicken is 165. I don't think it's that high. It was on 75 and like thermometer this for the beef went right up to 80. And it's still going up slowly. It must be hot in this house. Because if it's not poked in food, it wouldn't. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's done. This one almost up to 200. So just leave it right there. So when we wash dishes, 1 second, I'm gonna get the fan. I got my little stand-up fan because it gets hot in the kitchen. So my husband doesn't really want it, so he doesn't. So because it gets hot in the kitchen, but I turned off the stove so it'll start cooling down. And I told you two, well, I don't know if you were on when I got off with Facebook, but because I kept looking there too and checking. I don't think there was anybody on there when I shut Facebook down, but I told them I would come back between 5:11 and 5:15 and 5:20. So yeah, I didn't realize it was going to take that much time to cut the potatoes up. So now I know. Cut them up before, leave them in the cold water. Actually, I can dump them in the sink, clean them off, put them back, put the water on, put it on the stove, and then when I'm ready to turn it on, turn it on. Because I want like maybe 30 minutes left on the meatloaf when I cook my potatoes. Because when I came over here, I think it was 5:50 or something like that. Because it's 13 and 10 minutes, 23. No. If it's this kind of meatloaf, the 45 minutes but it always tells me to do it for an hour in a loaf pan. Maybe it takes longer in a loaf pan because it's smaller, it's not spread out as much. But anyways, but 45 minutes on the loaf pan, I might do the loaf pan sometimes. Even my other recipe, it's the recipe and it's so good, from Lipton Onion. I use one of these packets. Well, usually I get the onion one, but I can use the beefy onion too. And I put in eggs, breadcrumbs. The stovetop replaced the breadcrumbs because you need them in there to hold it together. But I usually put breadcrumbs, eggs, ketchup, and there's a measurement, but I just squeeze the ketchup. Ketchup, and let's see what else. That might be it. And then on top, it doesn't say to do this. I chose to do it. I do a mixture of ketchup and barbecue sauce. A lot of people have said they do this. But a mixture of ketchup and barbecue. I made it up. Well, I made it up on my own. It was probably already made, but I didn't see nobody do it that made me do it. I just thought of it myself. But equal amounts of ketchup and barbecue sauce in just a tiny little bowl I have. And I taste it with my finger. And if it tastes too much like barbecue, I put a little more ketchup. And if it tastes too ketchupy, I add a little more barbecue sauce. But normally it's okay because I've learned how to, you know. And then I take a brush, the cooking brush. I don't use the wooden ones. I use the silicone ones, plastic. And I spread the ketchup and barbecue mixture all over the top of my meatloaf. Oh my gosh, that is so good. It comes out so wonderful and it's nice and browned. Right, babe? That barbecue ketchup topping. And then, yeah, that's how I do the other one. My dog ate all her food. She didn't have much in there. She'd been nibbling on that bowl all day. She didn't even eat one whole bowl. So I'm adding a little bit more. Actually, I filled the bowl up. And if she doesn't eat it all at one sitting, then she can nibble on it through the rest of the night. And that's all she's getting tonight. Because I had the bowl filled up and she hasn't even, I had the bowl filled up yesterday. And she was nibbling on it and there was like a little bit less than half in there. She hasn't even touched it today. She just finally ate it and ate the rest almost. And I don't know. She will tear up any food we give her, table food. She will eat meat, chicken, whatever we give her. And she'll probably be begging us for meatloaf, not mashed potatoes. She don't like them. But even if we didn't give her any, lately she's just been nibbling through her food. I don't know why. But ain't nothing wrong with her. I mean, but she finally eats that food. Even if we give her some table food, we just give her a little bit. And when we're done, she'll, like when we think, okay, that's enough. She don't need any more. She'll sit there and try to look at us and try to beg. She puts her paw on our arm or tries to put it in our hand because she knows that's what we tell her to do when we give her a treat or something. So she's been knowing to do that, to ask for some. And if we don't give her any anymore and we just sit there and ignore her or tell her no, she'll eventually walk over to her bowl of dry food and start eating it. So, okay, it's bubbling. I'm going, since I don't know how long it was bubbling, I'm going to give it 10 minutes. I'm going to give it 10 minutes. I'm so used to it being like 6 o'clock or almost 6:30 by now. Because usually I start recording at 5 o'clock. It was 5:30, but then I went down to 5 o'clock because I want to be able to get my husband his dinner. And after dinner, if you eat a good meal, your stomach is hurting, and sometimes it's hurting, but you're so full you just want to sit there and relax and let your stomach calm down from that good dinner you had. So I want to give him enough time to be able to relax on the couch, from his full stomach and stuff before he has to go get ready for work. Because like I said before, he goes to work he's got to be at work at 9:30. He leaves here at 7:45 because he got to take the bus. And usually he'll get there by 9 o'clock, close to 9 o'clock, but he'd rather be early than late. So, yeah. Oh, Brownie is so freaking picky. That's what I was saying. And my husband suggested it too. Cut the potatoes before I start the meatloaf, and then leave them in the water because they will turn brown if you don't. Put my meatloaf together, put it in the pan, put it in the oven, and then just let the meatloaf cook for about 10 or 15 minutes. Then start the potatoes. So. 4 to 8. I hate night shifts. Like if it was 4 to 8, I think I can handle that, but I'd rather go in the morning. I hate my day is free and I'm doing stuff and then I got to stop to make sure I get home in time to get ready for work. You know what I mean? I'd rather do my thing and then, But my husband, he says he didn't pick it. He says they tell you if you're on the day shift or the night shift. But he doesn't mind the night shift because he's applied for another job before. He didn't get it, but he applied for another job before a couple years ago at our grocery store for the night shift, for the overnight shift for stocking. You know, the overnight shift just stocks because the store is closed, so they just do the stocking. But he didn't get that job. I don't know why. Our HEB store, our main grocery store called HEB, everybody claims it's one of the best employers around. And everybody says it's very good to get into and work for. Because after you work for them so long, they give you a small percentage of their stock in their store or something. Yeah, they give you a small percentage of, not a big percentage, but a small percentage of stock in their store. And you can go up in the store. I mean, my husband's cousin and her husband, they both work at HEB. Now, the wife didn't work there as long as the husband. He was working there first. But he became I think he was a regular store person. He became a meat cutter. And then, like, months ago, didn't he go higher than that? Now he's kind of a boss. I think he's a boss or something now because he got some award. I saw it. He posted it on Facebook. I don't know. But his wife started working there, and she's in the bakery because she's a baker. She knows how to. She would make cakes, decorate them. Oh, they're so beautiful. It's like a professional baker. She is that good. She would bake for people and like, okay, this cake is $40. She would make it for them, and yeah, she can make cakes. And cookies and all sorts of stuff. So she's in the bakery section. Okay, there's about 5 minutes and 40 seconds left on the potatoes. I only put 10 minutes. So once the timer goes off, I'll be poking. Well, actually, I should check now. Poke the knife in there. I was going to get out a fork, but then I was like, here's a knife. I already rinsed it. Let me, because I cut the potatoes pretty small. Not like so tiny like this, but I. Shoot. I'm not good at this. Oh, some of them are breaking apart already. I'm trying to poke them, but the steam is so hot, my hand goes near it. Here you go. I put on the mitt. Let's see. Oh, I did really cut them small. Let me try this. Yeah. They are. So what I'm going to do is I'll turn it off in a minute. Oh, that's a hot potato. I got to get my... Okay, I got a plug right here that reaches there. So let me get it out. Get it ready. I'm going to have to move these dishes I just put back in there again. Because I need room to put the strainer. And there also is a hack. They use it with a wooden cutting board. I only have silicone, the folding ones, cutting boards. But I remembered it. The back handle of the cutting board that's open, if you have those kind. Some are just square all the way around. You stick these through them, put them in, and then hold the board while it's on top of the pan and do this. So anything that's flat hits the board. But somebody else in another video used a paper plate. Like poked 2 holes in the middle of the paper plate, stuck these through them, and put them into here, and then did this. It works better. I think that one's better. But yeah, let me kind of get this out the way. Yeah, I'm going to have to put this bowl up here. Turned it off. Okay. Now, just to let you know, I might say it again for Facebook, but they wanted you to take the gravy packet with the cup of water and mix it in a separate bowl and then pour it on top of the ground beef that you put in the big bowl. Well, I was like, no, I'm not, dirtying up another little bowl. So what I did was the big bowl that I was going to use to mix everything, I put the gravy in there, I mixed it up, and then I just put the ground beef on top of it because it's all going to be mixed up together anyway, so it doesn't matter what order it goes in. Plus, in the video, there's a site that it takes you to on a link, but there's a small video that's only a minute long that shows you real quick how to do it, but nobody's talking. But anyways, it showed that they poured the gravy mix over the ground beef and it all soaked down to the bottom anyways. So it really doesn't matter. Okay? Okay. So let's do this. Put this on top. All right. So strain these potatoes. I didn't want to make the whole 5-pound bag, but I wanted to make enough that I can have leftovers, and maybe if my husband wants to take it tonight to his job, he can. Okay. Let's just do this. Shake it. Oh, all that steam. Now I gotta rinse the sink. It's got all that potato water. Starchy water. Okay, it's off. Now, let me plug this in. We're getting there, Shannon. I know. If I would have remembered about YouTube, probably would have turned it off just like I did Facebook and come back to y'all. But, okay. Oh. Milk and butter. That's it. That's gone. Let's get some milk. Butter. I don't say milk. If I need more butter, I'll get some more, but right now. Oh, I didn't turn the timer off before. That was for the potatoes. So we're going to go with 2 tablespoons of butter. And if we need more, I will come and cut some more. I'm out of the regular butter in the container, which I got to buy some more when I shop. But that's okay because I know somebody's trying to call me. I get a lot of calls from numbers I don't know. I get them from. All right, so you're just going to hear this for a minute. I try to start out on 1 or 2 so I can get them broken up a lot. Try to break up the butter. Oh, stuff fell. Let me see. One more higher. I think it needs a little bit more milk. We're going to open our new one. One time I put 2, I think one time, so we had soupy mashed potatoes. That was okay. That's why I'm trying to be careful not to do that again. Just put it on one to get that milk incorporated. And then I'll turn it up. Well, all right, so let's get some salt and pepper in these potatoes. I'll stir them again, and then I need this. Okay, let me put this back. Son of a bitch! Oh, excuse my language. Sorry, guys. It just came out. Hey, over here. You got my shirt wet, guys. Look. Oh, Shannon. Don't do that, babe.
What?
Can you help me here? There's water all on the floor.
What? What?
There's water on the floor. Are you? Yeah, and there's water all over the towel. I'm trying to. Sorry, guys. You act like you don't want to help.
What?
Yeah. This. No. All right, hold on, guys. I accidentally. Can you hang this to dry? It's wet all there. Oh yeah, it got wet. Because some water spilled out of one of these bowls. Because I was trying to put it back in the sink. And it kind of didn't go well. So, oh, there's. Let's see. All right, I put a little bit. I won't put too much. Oh, can you give me a bag of corn after my. After.
Which one?
Okay, now I'm going to mix it again to mix in the salt and pepper. Not cream corn. Cream corn. So, let's put these in the microwave. Let me see how much. I think the wattage is 800 wattage is 7 and 1000 wattage is 5. So I'll just go with 6 because I think it's between that somewhere. All right, so that's happening. Okay, so let's get that incorporated. Okay. Now, let me get a fork. And I keep this fork and I use it for myself. Okay, let's taste it. Let's see if it's got enough salt and pepper. No, it's so bland like it doesn't have any salt. All right, let's do that again. No, try this salt. I don't know. Okay. I'm a little late. I got to go back on Facebook. that's got to be it. If it's not enough, then I'll just put some on my own plate. I guess so. All right. Let me get Facebook back on here. Mashed potatoes and meatloaf, part 2. Part 2. Okay. Turn this around. Hello, Facebook. This is part 2 of my mashed potatoes and meatloaf. Okay. The meatloaf has been done for a little while. I just finished mixing up the potatoes. My corn is in the microwave. So my Cash App, I will put on here. But I'm not going to worry about the Amazon wish list on here. Okay? And like I said, the stars comment is pinned, but I'm going to pin the Cash App, so stars comment will be at the top of the comments. Okay? I know I'm a little behind. Because when I cooked the potatoes, it took me forever to cut them, so I was a little behind there because the meatloaf was like 20 minutes or something. So, and it takes forever to boil. But I put the lid on it to make it boil faster, and my potatoes were cut tiny, so they didn't take long to cook. Next time, I'm going to pre-cut them ahead of time. Okay? So, let's... Okay, I got these off. Let's put these down here so I can put them in here. And they can soften up. Okay. So now, and then I've just got to warm up the gravy. All right, now, it tells you since it was in the bundt pan to invert the bundt pan. Hi, Samantha. This is part 2. The mashed potatoes and the meatloaf are done. That's what we're having. And the corn's in the microwave. I don't know. Were you on the first one? I don't think so. So this is the second part. You can go watch part 1 if you'd like. I went back and I fixed it and I put part 1 at the end so you can see. And since I haven't posted anything, these should be back to back. So you can go watch that and see what I did with the meatloaf, what I put in it, how I mixed it up and put it in my bundt pan, all that. Okay? Because it was going to take almost 45 to 55 minutes, so I decided to just get off of here. Somebody told me you can pause the live, but I don't know how yet. She wasn't too sure, but she heard that, so I can check it out. But anyways, so everything's done except for the corn is almost done. The gravy in this jar is only going to take like 2 minutes to heat up. But right now I've got to take the well, it said let it set for 5 minutes, but it's been sitting longer. This bundt pan, and I'm going to flip it over, and the meatloaf's going to be inverted, and then I put some of the mashed potatoes in the middle. Then I'm going to pour the gravy all over it. Okay? So let me see. I'm going to check this plate to see if it's big enough. I think it is. So let's try this. Babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it down, but I don't want the plate to slip and then I drop the meatloaf. Take the plate. Put your hand underneath it. Just careful. All right, put it down. Woo! Beautiful, people, beautiful. I will show you. But you can tell it looks kind of a little lighter on the bottom because it's the bottom. But this is my bunt pan meatloaf. My bunt pan meatloaf, Shannon. So there we go. Okay. The hole is not real big, and it's talking about putting mashed potatoes in the middle. I'm going to put some and then do the gravy. You can see how it looks. So, yeah, the corn's done, so I need to get a container to put it in. And while the 2 minutes for the gravy is heating up, I will just put some butter and salt on my corn, and then we're done. Then we're done. Whatever doesn't fit, we'll just leave in the pan, but probably even okay. Okay, so let me look for a container for the vegetables. For the vegetables, I usually like to use round containers, but I don't have any. I mean, I have a small one that I can probably put the gravy in. Some smaller ones, but okay. Not a lot of space for much. Okay. So, I'm trying to move my phone. Let me get the scissors so I can cut the vegetables open. Ooh, they're hot. Okay. All right, let's get them in here. Okay. There we go. You said, heck, I'm going to put them in the front. Babe? These bowls? You said, why don't we just put them in the front? I'm sorry. These, we had them way up in the cabinet, way in the back, and then some even smaller circle bowls in front because they were smaller. But he moved it and said, no. Because he's like, I'm putting it in the front where she can reach it. Okay, the lid I probably don't need, but I do for this. Wonderful. Once I move some stuff, as soon as I'm done, I'll probably put the butt pan, fill it with hot water, and lay it on this counter so it can soak the stuff off. All right, if we need more, I can make some if it's important. Or if I need more for tomorrow, I will make a pack for myself. Or I can make a pack tonight. If we run out and Thomas wants some to put on his food when he goes to work, and then I can save some for some of that gravy for myself for tomorrow. So it's up, we can do whatever. Okay, where's that knife? I'm probably going to, since this is a tablespoon, probably going to cut a tablespoon off and see if that's enough for the vegetables. So let's put that in there, let it melt. Now I use this spoon for my vegetables. When I scoop it out of a container, it melts faster in here, but okay, let the butter melt. It's almost done melting. And I'm going to put some salt in there. Now I got to taste it to make sure it's enough salt. Perfection. Okay. Let me get this gravy in there. Just 2 minutes. Put the butter away. I was thinking, should I take a picture before I was going to take a picture even before I put the mashed potatoes in, but I forgot. So just waiting 2 minutes. Now it's almost 1.5 minutes for the gravy. Then I'm going to pour it all over the mashed potatoes and meatloaf. Then I'm going to take a picture of it and then I'll slice it. But see, I put some mashed potatoes in the middle. It's just a little to make it look a little more fancy, but it's not going to make much of a difference because it's not a lot. It's not a big hole, you know. 1 minute left. Okay, let me move this. I'm just going to put it right here in my cart and I'll fold it up and put it away later after I wash and dry my beater things. Okay, see, and I have a whole bunch of different sizes. I have one big enough for the pans. So if you don't have a lid for it or you lost it or broke it, you can just and they suction to it. And then you can just use this, pull it up. This little one, it fits perfectly right over your in your sink over the garbage disposal thing. So if you want to fill the sink up with water for some reason or put your meat in there to thaw quicker, like you put cool water. Don't put freezing cold, but put cool water. Don't put hot at all or warm. No. Cool water and let your meat sit in there for a couple of hours. If it's already half thawed and you want to just finish it up fast, you know, it won't take as long as if you pulled it from the freezer to put it, but it will take quicker than all day. So that size is perfect. Okay, so it's done. Let me get a spoon. I'm going to go ahead and do. We used to have before we used to have this plastic scooper. It had a hand and you pull it up with it, and we used that as a gravy scooper because that's all we had, and I think it was perfect. But then I got a glass. Make sure you put the lid on it if you do this because it's splattered on top of the lid, so it would be all over your microwave if you didn't. But anyways, we got a glass gravy bowl thing, you know, the fancy one. And then I think we still had it, but it might have been left in storage, or I don't think it broke. I think we still had it. So, steaming. Just rinsing the lid because I doubt there'll be any left, but I'll leave the lid up here in case. And it does have steam, and you know the containers can be real hot, and then you've got cold spots in your food. So always check it. All right, it's hot. So let's do this. I'm hoping it doesn't flow over the plate, but if it does, it'll just go onto the cookie sheet. Just trying to be fancy here, people.
Do you have a second?
Let it drizzle down the sides. See?
Things are not working out with Emma.
Actually, since the plate is heavy and it's got all this gravy and I don't want it going everywhere, I'm going to take a picture of it and then I'm going to show the camera to you guys. I mean, Facebook, I could turn the camera around, but
There's no way.
it's harder for the computer.
Sorry, I figured since you know me better and you know that I am trustworthy on this kind of
All right, there we go.
But,
All right, let's do this. I can. What do you think, Shannon? Oh, you're on the computer, Shannon. What do y'all think? What do you think, Samantha? I think you're the only one on here. Yeah, I told the other people that I was coming back for a part 2. Oh, and if you're watching the replay and you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch part 1. That's how I mixed the meatloaf and what I put in it and, stuff like that. So if you want to go back and watch part 1, go ahead. It should be right before or after this one, the way they post it. I guess before, because the newer ones post up, so that would be below. This one will be on top of part 1. Part 1 will be below part 2. Okay, but see that? Doesn't that look good? Yes. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to take a quick picture and then I'll show it to you, YouTube, because computer shows everything blurry and it's hard to. So let's do this. Let's get a good picture of it. Okay. What do you think, Shannon, since you're the only one on here? Can you see that? Well, what if I turn it this way? Well, it would still be sideways, but does that look good? That's the butt pan meatloaf. And the gravy all over it and all over the mashed potatoes in the middle. We still have more mashed potatoes in the pan because the hole in the middle is not. What do you think, Shannon? Oh, okay, Shannon. I didn't even notice you were gone. But did you see the picture? Oh, yeah, you said yum. Okay. Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? Yep. Okay. Oh, I was about to end it, but I forgot. I'm going to make my plate real quick. I'm just going to make one plate real quick, and I'm going to taste it for you, and then I'm going to let y'all go. But I know how meatloaf tastes and mashed potatoes, but this is the new recipe, so I want to make sure it came out right and everything. So this knife I only use to cut the butter, so I'm going to use this. Let's see how this works. Let's cut it. Okay. Cut me a piece. And let me show you what I got. Wait, let me see if I can do it without it.
There will not be a second date. So, is that all you needed me for?
No, I might have to use it. I had like a thing where you scoop out a slice of pie when you slice it. And it's good for putting it under and scooping out things, anything. Like it would have worked to scoop out the piece I cut in this meatloaf. Yeah. You can make this real wide, but it's tiny. Hold on, guys. Let me put that down there. Hold on. No, it's not. Maybe it's down here. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, your little pie thing. But it's going to be for this. I might have to put another little piece on here because it didn't come out. Now, the second piece was going to come out okay. It came out a little bigger. Oh, well. Okay, put it right there. Okay, let's put some mashed potatoes. Oh, I already did. I'm going to scoop some from the middle. Just a little bit. And then I'll scoop the rest from this pan. Okay. Then it needs a little more gravy. Okay. Just a little more. Okay, that's it. So, let me put some corn. I love corn. Okay. The fork. All right. Let's taste it. Oh. So far, the corn and mashed potatoes are good. All right, let's check out this meatloaf. I still like my other recipe better, but this is really good as well. Hold on, guys. Right, this is my plate since I started eating. I'm making yours. You want to come hold your plate so I can put the meatloaf on it? Okay, I've got this too. I've got too much. I have put some in the middle. Let's get this. All right, here. Tell me when to stop.
This is a disaster.
Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, you're still on. I forgot. All right, I'm just making my husband's plate real quick, and then I'll end it with you guys. Yeah, we're going to get some from here first. Oh, gracious. Wait, you don't want any more? Hey. Is that enough? Here, you want a little bit more gravy on it? Is that enough? You need any more on here? Guys, my husband gonna eat mess. I don't know. He eats with the weirdest silverware. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. Okay, it's time for me to get off. I've been on 23 extra minutes. I've been on 2 hours and a half. Sorry, Shannon. But you've been on this whole time. No, you didn't come on right away, so you haven't been on the whole time there. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. And I appreciate everybody who came on. I want all of y'all to have a good rest of your evening. And I appreciate anybody who will come later on and watch the replay. Just make sure you go watch. If you haven't seen part 1, go check it out. I should have said that at the beginning. But if you saw this person, didn't see the rest, then part 1 shows you mostly how I made the meatloaf. But because it was going to be in the oven for 45 to 55 minutes, and I didn't want to keep you all on that long. But y'all stay positive, okay, and be kind to each other. And I love you guys. And I'll see you on my next live, which is today is Tuesday, which is tomorrow, Wednesday, and I came on Elizabeth's Life, Elizabeth apostrophe S Life LIFE at 1:30 p.m. Central. Okay, 1:30 p.m. Central. So I'll see you guys tomorrow if you decide to come join me. But I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Shannon. Bye, Samantha. See how to end this. See you later, Shannon. And if you want to talk more, or you have anything you want to say to me, or you just need to talk, or just want to talk, you can text me or message me on Messenger. Either way. All righty. All right. Talk to you later.